Hey everyone, and welcome to Chef AJ Live. I'm your host, Chef AJ, and this is where I introduce you to amazing people like you who are doing great things in the world that I think you should know about. Well, if you watch my show regularly or know anything about me, you know that I love to promote small businesses that create wonderful vegan products. We get asked just about every day from some company to promote their stuff. And if you look on my website, you'll see I really promote very few things. I really honestly have to love it, use it, or somebody in my family does. So for example, I don't eat V-Dog, but I'll promote it because my little dog Bailey does. Well, about 3 years ago, with the pandemic, it really was important to me to support these small businesses. And so I started doing a show the Sunday after Thanksgiving so they could promote their holiday specials. I called it Small Business Sunday, but it got so popular that this year we have to do it twice and call it Small Business Saturday and Small Business Sunday. So to start today's show, we have Rick Perry from Beet Boost. He's going to tell you a little bit about his products and what his special is. I first heard of him. He's been around since probably 10 years, but I heard of him, I think, in 2016 from my friend Jean-Pierre, who really recommended this product, especially for his clients that were athletes. And it was called Beet Boost. He has a lot of new products now. Actually, he's got a spin boost and a berry alert. And he's going to tell you all about them. He's actually been on the show before. All the people that have products have done 1-hour episodes. So if you have lots of questions, you can watch those episodes, or I'm sure they'd be happy to talk to you in more detail. But everybody's getting about 10 minutes on this show today and tomorrow, which also starts at 9. So please welcome Rick. Hi, Rick. How you doing?
Hey, good, Chef AJ. How are you?
Good. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you had a great one.
Thank you. Did you have Beet Boost for Thanksgiving?
After that evening, yes. And I usually have it in the morning. But yeah, as usual, we ate a lot. We did our first potluck this year ever. Normally, having a culinary background, I do all the cooking and all that. But my daughter brought yams and potatoes and just did a really great job. So it was kind of nice. It took some of the pressure off, I think.
Yeah, until you were on my show making all those recipes, I had no idea you had a culinary background or wrote a cookbook.
I did, yeah. It's, when I wrote that cookbook, it wasn't vegan. And that was a long time ago. That was like 15 plus years ago. And then I went vegan and I had to rethink cooking all over again. So it's actually been a real challenge. Like we had mashed cauliflower, with vegan gravy as one of our dishes. And I've never even made mashed cauliflowers, before. So I'm still in a learning curve. Even after 8 years being vegan, I'm still, in a learning curve on how to make plants taste great. But now that I've seen the possibilities, it's just always very exciting to be cooking in the kitchen.
Well, I still think it's a good idea for you to redo that book.
Thank you. I am actually working on it. It's just, there's 1,016 recipes in the Good Home Cookbook, and I got a long ways to go.
Well, tell us about your product in general and your special in particular.
Okay, so first of all, if you use the code Chef AJ, you can get 20% off Black Friday. It's our biggest sale of the year. And I'm just going to say that just to kind of get that out of the way. There's also a link in the chat that if you click that, if all goes according to plan, you should go directly to my site and automatically get the 20% discount at checkout. And it includes all my products. So as some of you may know, and I know Chef AJ, I know you know this, I started the company with Beet Boost. And it's been very effective for keeping daily nitric oxide levels up, which helps circulation and blood flow and getting all those nutrients into those far-reaching places in your body. It's just been great, and we use it here. All the products I make, I actually use. In fact, my family and I are sort of the guinea pigs for testing them out. Second product, so this year I created 3 new products, which is really exciting. So I had 1 product forever, and then I come out with 3 this year. Spin Boost is a high nitrate pre-workout mix containing red spinach, which is a drought tolerant, wind tolerant, high altitude loving plant that is it's very strong. It's almost like bamboo. It's so strong. And it works the same way on the body. I mean, it gives you that kind of strength for pre-workout. So this has pomegranate in it and some other things. there's no flavors, there's no sugar in anything we make. So it's pure, clean, effective. And I love this for like, before a workout. I'll use Beet Boost for after a workout or just in the morning. I brought out just the ingredient red spinach because I love it so much. I thought I would just offer it just to see, it's kind of a pilot just to see if people like it. And so far it's actually being liked, which is good. You can just put that into food. It's got a pretty strong taste. So it's kind of the taste of real, which is what I do. It's unapologetic, I guess you could say. You can mix our products with orange juice or any other kind of juices or anything to help the taste, or put them in smoothies or whatever. The new product out of a week ago is Berry Alert, which I'm really excited about. We were able to extract the anthocyanin, which is the phytochemicals in berries that kind of gives them fame, as antioxidants. And we extracted an amount that is equal to 1 cup of berries in every serving. It's pretty crazy. It took about 2 years in development, and it is also pure and clean, no flavors, no sugar. It's got pomegranate and beet in it, so it actually has a nitric oxide boosting capability. It's got wild blueberry, raspberry, cranberry, strawberry, bilberry. It's got some cherry in it. And you look at the label on any of my products, and there are names that you're going to recognize, except for maybe red spinach, which is new on sort of the U.S. soil. I'm one of the first people to actually offer that ingredient. But these products all work together. One doesn't cannibalize the other. It's all part of a lifestyle. And that's my ambition for Nutrigardens, is to create a family of products that don't really cross over each other, but they can be used when you need them for different purposes. So that's kind of the overview of what we're doing today.
Great. Well, thank you. I'm seeing if there are any. Oh, here's a question. If you have questions for any of the small business owners, please put 4 question marks. And Cheryl says, my Beet Boost is no longer a powder and one big clump. Any suggestions on how to fix it and how to prevent it?
Yeah, the thing is, when it hardens like that, usually it was purchased a long time ago, many months ago. And I mean, like any food, you want to take care of it, even a powdered food. Not that you didn't take care of it, but usually you open it and then some people will set it aside and revisit it months later. And, we don't use carriers, we don't add a lot of things in our products that keep them from, hardening. They call that anti-caking. We put in a little desiccant pack, which is supposed to absorb moisture. But it's just, if you're not going to use it frequently, just keep it in the refrigerator. I mean, that's just the best place for it. But we've got jars here. I'm in Oregon, and I have a jar. I'll have it open. I'll have 3 or 4 jars open of different products, for the purpose of testing and using and just for seeing for myself. Most people don't have that problem. Again, it usually relates to not using it and just leaving it, on the shelf for months, because it will not harden, open it, and then the next day it's hard, or the next week harden. It won't do that.
So you recommend keeping it in the refrigerator then?
If you're not going to use it.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. Thanks. You ever mix and match your flavors?
They're already pre-mixed and matched.
No, meaning you ever combine them sometimes?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't usually. I mean, you could. It's food. First of all, it's food that functions, or functional food. That's really what it's all about. So you could mix them together. You could create some wild, combination that who knows, you may make a better combination than by combining them all. I really don't know. There's no reason that you couldn't combine them. I can't think of a reason that you couldn't combine them. I don't personally.
Great. Well, gosh, thank you so much. I'm not seeing any more questions. So if you want to just once again say what your special is, I love for people to know, and it will also be in the show notes and the chat.
Great. So it's 20% off Black Friday. We don't offer a better discount than that any time of year. The cost is really high to make these, to be honest with you. And there is a link, so you could either use the code Chef AJ at Nutrigardens.com, Nutrigardens.com, or you can just click the hot link that's in the chat right now, and that will take you to the Nutrigardens website. And everything that you put in your cart, you'll go to checkout, you'll see that you automatically got a 20% discount.
And Rick, how long is this good for?
It will be good through Monday.
Through Monday at a specific time, like midnight Pacific or something like that?
I think it's like 11:59 p.m. is how we have it programmed.
That's great. Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure, Chef AJ. Thank you so much for having me on your show again. I love being here. And everybody, happy post-Thanksgiving and happy holidays.
Well, thank you, Rick, and thank you so much for your work. And also, please consider my suggestion of rewriting that cookbook, because I think it's a good one.
I will. Thank you.
Take care.
Take care.
All right. Well, our next small business is Kaelen Chen from NutraMilk, and she's going to tell you about her product and the special of the year. This is the best price you'll get on the NutraMilk all year. Please welcome Kaelen. Nice to see you again. It's been less than 24 hours, actually.
Yes. Hi, Chef AJ. Thank you again for having us on Small Business Saturday today.
Yep. So tell us what NutraMilk's got going on.
Yeah. So the NutraMilk, also the biggest sale of the year. We have $100 off the NutraMilk processor or the bundle. And the bundle meaning that it also comes with the smoothie bowl attachment or accessory, or we call it a butter smoothie bowl. So you've got your NutraMilk processor, which makes fresh plant-based milks, as well as butters. I actually had processed some walnut butter in here, just threw in some walnuts, pressed it for 2 minutes, and we already have a walnut butter. Add some maple syrup, add some water, and we'll have a milk. So yeah, it's the biggest sale. It also comes with a recipe book with over 200 recipes.
Are you going to show the book today? You got to show the book.
I thought about that this morning. I was like, oh, I forgot to bring the book back from the office.
But the book, I wish you would have told me. I would have grabbed it from my bookshelf because it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great a book that took us a good year to make. So we launched in 2017, and so it's already been we're going on for five years now. So it's been quite the journey, and we're really gaining a lot of just like followers and true fans. So we're really happy about that, and just like word of mouth through you as well, which has been really amazing. So we're super appreciative. But yeah, it's the discount link is on Chef AJ's YouTube link. When you check out, it's an automatic discount of $100, so you don't have to put in any code or anything. We ship from California, so it is free ground shipping in the contiguous United States. And if you are tuning in from like another country or such, we also have a global dealers list on our website, in case you're, tuning in from the UK or Australia, et cetera, like that.
Yeah, I'll make sure that's in the chat and the show notes. Here's a question from Susan. Do I need a high-speed blender if I have a NutraMilk machine?
So, we kind of, what I want to make sure everybody understands is that the NutraMilk has one speed setting, okay, and it's 1800 RPM. It's a consistent, like almost like a milling setting, because it's grinding the ingredients down to its cellular level, okay. A high-speed blender will get up to about 30 to 35,000 rotations per minute, okay. So like in that case, it's, in some cases it's actually pulverizing your ingredients, when you add water to it and such. So not that that's any, it's for different purposes. Now, keeping in mind, if you're using the machine for again, making plant-based milks, okay, butters and such. This is something that is done in just minutes on the NutraMilk. We have, it strains itself. So, you don't have, when you use a high-speed blender, you actually have to soak your nuts or your ingredients, seeds, etc., overnight. Then you put it into the blender with water, okay, and then you're essentially pulverizing it, and then you have to use a cheesecloth and strain it with your hand, okay, and so you're losing a lot of actual nutrition because you have a lot of pulp left over. Whereas in the NutraMilk, you don't have pulp left over. In some cases, like with grains, with like oat milk and such, you will have some pulp left over because that is not an ingredient that has its own oils and would actually be released into like a butter before you make it. But that's mainly for like the straining. Keep in mind, there's also a motor, okay? There is like a motorized arm here on the top. And so what it's doing is it's tamping, and it's actually like pushing the ingredients down for you. With a high-speed blender, many blenders, you either have to open the lid or open the cap and tamp down the ingredients to prevent it from coming up and not getting cut up or processed, or you have to actually use like a big stick and tamp it down. Okay, so there are differences. Now it's going to depend on what you're using it for. I don't want to say that like you don't need one, because I don't know what you're making in the kitchen, but you can you use the NutraMilk for all the different types of milks. You can strain it for veggie broth. You can do smoothies. You can do dips, spreads, soups. Yesterday we made avocado hummus. I did a smoothie hack. And lots and lots of different kinds of you can actually do different kinds of nice creams. It'll handle ice, it'll handle frozen fruit. You can make date paste with it. So lots and lots of options. So if it's something for you, then you don't need to actually have a high-speed blender then.
Thank you. Somebody's talking about does the discount apply in other countries? Something about the exchange rate?
Okay, well, I'm sorry, but I mean, like right now, I mean, we sell in US dollars. In our global dealers, they do purchase in US dollars from the manufacturer, from our manufacturing facilities. And I think with the exchange rates right now, there's some differences with like euros and Australian dollars and such. So we're trying our best to provide a discount. We also do a most of our dealers as well as ourselves, we have a 4-pay installment program called Shop Pay that allows you to split the payments up as well, which would be quite helpful. So yeah, that's what I'm not sure what country you're in or what area you're in, but if you want to reach out to us at info@thenutramilk.com, we'd be happy to also refer you to our global dealer and see if there's anything we can do.
What countries buy NutraMilks? All countries? Like, have you heard from other countries?
Yeah, so we have in the UK, in the United Kingdom, in India, Israel, and the UAE and Dubai. We have in Australia, most of Southeast Asia. There's a lot of other countries that also are, they love the product. Maybe, a lot of their diets are, require them to have plant-based milks or butters and such like that. And so, yeah, so, I was just in Australia in October, and I was just really amazed at the amount of, just like all the vegan options and the availability there.
When you go to like places like Jamba Juice, you see what I'm guessing is a Vitamix or a Blendtec. I'm thinking it's a Blendtec. I'm not 100% sure. Like, are there places you can go where you can see the NutraMilk, like businesses?
So we do, there's actually a few, several coffee shops that have the NutraMilk, as well as a Quench Juice Bar, which is a franchise juice company. They have like 3 of the machines that are usually in front of the store, actually making fresh plant-based milks that are used for their for all of the juices and the smoothies that they make. They make their own fresh peanut butter that goes into, that's also used for the smoothies. Clutch Coffee is one that is more in California, that has several franchises or several locations, storefronts that they have as well. So yeah, I mean, it would depend, but I mean, we do have the machine in, several even some zero waste stores as well. I know of one in Miami. I know of several in the UK. So yeah, definitely lots of different places. If there's like a specific one or area, we can definitely find, let you guys know if you want to ask the question.
And there is a question, can you get this in New Zealand? Denise wants to know, or buy this in New Zealand.
Yes, so in New Zealand, it is covered by our Australia distributor, and I believe actually there is a dealer in New Zealand that also sells the NutraMilk as well.
Yeah. Somebody's asking for a demo, and I said you did one yesterday, so please refer, because each business gets 10 minutes on today's show. So there's not, unless they started the demo the second their time set, there's not going to be time for a demo. So thank you so much. Can you just once again repeat what the special is and when it expires?
Sure. So again, the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Small Business Saturday special is $100 off the NutraMilk processor or the bundle. And the sale, we are actually extending it until December the 4th, which is Sunday, December the 4th, next weekend, and until 11:59 p.m. Pacific time.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for having us.
Of course. Happy holidays.
You too.
All right. Are you here, Kaelen? I think I admitted you,
here.
but wait, why don't I see you?
Oh, no.
There you go. I see you, but I don't think your camera's on. I hear you.
Okay, let me see here what I'm doing.
There you go. Hello, Kaelen. Yay. All right. Let me brag about you before you brag about yourself. Okay, so my next small business is I Love Date Lady, and I do love Date Lady. And I'm not just saying that. I love Date Lady. So date syrup is something I've been using since, I don't know, gosh, I've been off sugar 20 years now. Now, before, I did not always know of her brand because it didn't always exist. And I was using a brand from the Middle East, but this tastes so good. And it's available at Walmart now. So when I run out, it's so easy to get. And I've tasted all their date syrups, like all at the same time, blind taste test. This one just happens to taste the best. And she'll talk about how clean it is. She also has other wonderful products. She has sauces. Oh my God, Dr. Steve Lewindo's always posting about the chili sauce and things like that. But she also sells dates. And the thing is if you eat dates, her dates taste better for eating. These two especially, they taste like craft caramels. But if you're just using dates for recipes, like, I guess it doesn't matter so much. But anyway, I really appreciate what she's created, and please welcome Kaelen to the show.
Thank you so much, Chef AJ. As always, it's so great anytime I get an opportunity to hang out with you for a minute.
Amy's saying the sweet chili sauce is amazing. Oh, you know what? People actually sent in questions for you. I forgot about that. I almost forgot. They sent them in like through the newsletter, because people love your products and are wondering if you would ever create some that our people could eat. So for example, they said, would you ever make your fruitcake vegan? Would you ever make a version of the chili lime sauce without salt? So people are like loving your products and wondering if you could like make them for our people too.
Yes, I've often wondered if maybe we need to do just a Chef AJ collaboration.
Well, it couldn't hurt. Other companies have. I mean, definitely help you with it. But as it is, how did you get into Walmart? Is that going to be good? Is that good for you that you're in Walmart now? I hope so.
It is. It's truly amazing. I honestly, whenever we first started the business, I didn't really picture us in Walmart because I just felt like we were such a a niche. I mean, it's funny when people use alternative sweeteners, they pick things up like agave and kind of cheap alternatives. And date syrup is not really a cheap alternative. It's not really that expensive whenever you're buying, larger quantities of it, and you're cooking everything from scratch, because it's so much less expensive than buying processed foods. But at the same time, there's just education around it. Anyway, I wasn't really thinking that Walmart would be such a great customer, but it is amazing how they've really gone out there and they have expanded their selection of, whole foods that you can buy. And so I'm thankful to be there in front of more people and, have more opportunities for the masses to use dates, because I think they're the most nutritious sweetener available.
And they're the best tasting too. And, I don't understand why anybody would still use sugar. You don't have to. Anything you can do with sugar, we can do with dates. And you've proven that, and I've proven that. If you had to say, like, and you mentioned agave, and it's like, that is like probably the worst thing you could have, that and high fructose corn syrup. I mean, agave is higher in fructose than high fructose corn syrup. And for people to think it's like healthy because it's low glycemic is just ridiculous, because I don't know how that even got marketed as healthy when it's probably one of the worst sweeteners people can use. But in terms of like sweetness, how would you, like, if you were to take like white sugar, brown sugar, molasses, barley malt, rice syrup, date syrup, maybe, like how would you do it? You personally, the hierarchy of sweetness.
Right. That's a great question. I feel like rather than putting it on a scale of sweetness, because I feel like, to be honest, I think 1-to-1 is a good substitution, because you're looking for a certain amount of sweetness. But I think what date syrup has to offer that almost no other sweetener has is a real nice complexity. So when you're using honey for a sweetener, it's just so sweet. And unless it's a real specific type of honey, you're really just getting the sweetness factor, kind of like you do with cane sugar. And with date syrup, you just have this real nice brown sugar caramel type of note. And for that reason, I think you can use less of it, because it enhances the flavor of what you're making without being overpowering, like molasses or something would be.
Yeah, I think the reason I'm asking is because I'm teaching a master class in desserts, and that's the only sweetener I use. And then, like, people go, well, if I want to use this, I want to use this, and I'm like, well, I don't know, because all my recipes were geared towards dates and date syrup. And, I feel like date syrup is still a bargain when compared to like maple syrup. Pure maple syrup is way more expensive.
Yes, that is true. That is absolutely true. I mean, it's expensive compared to cane sugar. But for most of us that are eating whole foods and making choices to cook from scratch, we're willing to pay a little bit more. And then we make up the difference by, making everything ourselves rather than going out to eat a lot or buying boxed items.
It does taste so good. I bought another brand once, I'm sorry. Well, because why? I like the little squeeze bottle, and I love the little bottle, but man, when I tasted them side by side, it just didn't taste as good as yours. So is date syrup a whole food?
Yes, I would say it is. So we get that question a lot, and let me just tell you how it's made. So, and this has been around for thousands of years. Okay. So like date syrup is a new product in the US, but it's literally been around as long as bees' honey. And how it's made is usually using dates, usually the ugly dates left over from harvest, and putting those all together into a giant pot and adding water. You have to add water because dates don't have any moisture. They lose them all in the tree in the desert at 120 degrees in the heat, the summer heat. And then you combine all of the dates in the hot water. And then once they're completely soft and just really mashed together, we evaporate the water we put in back out, and we press it through a sieve. And what you're left with is all of the nectar of the dates. The only thing that gets filtered are any solids, like the pits, obviously. We use dates with pits when we're making the syrup. And some of the outside fibers, the solids, also get filtered as well. However, dates lose none of the nutritional value with that process. And a lot of people say, well, it can't be a raw product if has hot water. But if you think about dates, I mean, they set it over 120 degrees for a large part of the year in the desert sun. And that's when their nutrients get the most dense. So dates actually love the heat. The date syrup is full of potassium, magnesium. The antioxidants are out of this world, and it has amino acids. I mean, it's just really an amazing product.
You said you don't see, somebody saying they don't see Date Lady products on Walmart.ca. I ordered it yesterday. I happened to order something on a Black Friday special. I'm like, hey, why not just throw that in, you know?
Yeah. So is that Canada then?
Oh, .ca is Canada. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I thought that was California.
We are not in Walmart Canada yet. However, you can order us on iHerb in Canada and VitaCost.
Here's a question from Deborah. How long does date syrup last? And you recommend just storing it on the shelf, right?
Yes. So as long as it doesn't get contaminated with anything, it is very shelf stable. I've had syrup that's literally 10 years old or older. It is very sensitive to water though. And so if you're using it in one of our glass jars, for example, and you take the cap off and you're sticking a spoon in there, or, you know, maybe something splashed in there, it will start to ferment, just like bees' honey. But it's very shelf stable if kept in a dry environment. Great.
Thank you. And here's a question for you. It was about date sugar, which is also one of your products. Can you use it 1-to-1 in baking?
You can, absolutely. I do recommend decreasing the dry ingredients in your recipe because the date sugar has so much fiber that it really does absorb moisture. So if you're making muffins or cookies, I would say decrease the dry ingredients by 25% and then sub the date sugar 1-for-1 for sugar. Date sugar works beautifully in baking. It's not so great in beverages because it has all the fiber from the date and it's going to create floaties in the bottom of your cup. It's a rock star in baking. For beverages, I highly recommend date syrup.
Yeah, the liquid is better. Great. Well, so, we're so busy talking about the product. I don't even think you talked about the special. I've been posting it, but maybe you can tell us.
So we always have a promo code for Chef AJ, but today we are giving away a free bag of Colossus dates.
Oh, Colossus? I called them Colossus, a Colossus.
It's okay. Yeah, it's not a term anyone's familiar with, but, and we thought about just calling them dates, but, I think one of the things that we wanted to do differently here with our brand when we first started years ago are bring out the beauty of dates because, 10 years ago, people still were not really sure if they like dates or not. And most people still don't even know that there are over 1,000 date varieties in the world, because in the US, you only see Deglet or Medjool, which are very different. Well, here's another kind to try. Colossus and Barhi are the only two we sell. We prefer them actually to Medjool or Deglet. And so this is, so this is our newest date. And all you have to do is use code Chef AJ, and we're going to give you a whole bag of these for free.
Great. Thank you.
Your regular discount and a free bag of dates for any purchase made today or tomorrow.
And so in the special expires when?
Tomorrow.
Okay. So good thing you're on Saturday instead of Sunday.
Yeah, today, or you can use it today or tomorrow. Yep.
And what is the actual size bag we get free with the order? Asks Stephanie.
Yes. So the bag that we're giving away is just a little over 1 pound,
Wow,
1.1.
that's a great deal. And they are delicious. They taste like eating candy.
Yes, they are absolutely delish.
Great. Well, thank you so much. Come back again for a longer episode because I love talking to you and I love your products.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Chef AJ. Have a great day. Thank you, everyone.
It is my pleasure. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, try date syrup if you haven't. It's so delicious. It's the only sweetener I'll use. Well, I haven't got it. July 6, 2023 will be my 20th year off of sugar. And I couldn't have done it without dates. I think of dates as methadone. Basically, that's how I was able to get off sugar. So is our next guest, Kaelen Harwell, here?
I'm here.
Okay, why are you guys all coming on but not seeing you? You got to turn your cameras on, you pretty ladies. There she is. Hey, Kaelen, how are you?
I'm well. How are you, Chef?
Good. Long time no see. How are you? Wow, look at you.
Good.
All right. So Kaelen Harwell skincare, people say, why does your skin look so good? Probably because I don't eat sugar, number one, or animal products or processed food, but also I love Kaelen Harwell skincare. It's not only vegan, but she's vegan. And that's what I love about supporting vegan businesses. Now, if you're only going to get one thing, of course, my favorite has always been the soft as a peach cream. We did a longer episode where I actually ate this, not a lot of it, but I ate it to show you that you can, her products are so clean, you can eat them, but she's got just some great ones. I mean, her cleansers are wonderful. Her moisturizers, her toners. I'm not really a toner person. Eye cream. I'll let her tell you all about her products and I'll let her tell you all about this special. Welcome, Kaelen Harwell.
Thank you so much. Nice to be here and good to see you as always.
Thanks.
Yeah. So as you know, my products, there's a real culinary component because you're getting all your vitamins and your nutrients just as you would when you're eating your food. Same thing with skincare. So I love wonderful smells and aromas. Of course, I want them to be natural and non-toxic and not synthetic. So I use a lot of culinary extracts and some essential oils. But it was really important to me that not only that they're vegan and that they smell good, but they're not going to be harmful to you as well. And like Carolyn was saying in her interview with you yesterday, there's not a lot of synthetic binders in my products. So sometimes you will have a separation, but not always. It just depends on what product it is. I think that the one that I sent you recently, and I'm not sure if you've tried it yet, but the hydrating rooibos, that's one that can get a little thinner. It's not that it's going bad. It's just because it doesn't have those synthetic binders to hold them together. So.
Wow. What's your most popular product?
Probably the soft as a peach, thanks to you.
Well, it's because it's really good. I mean, not that the others aren't, but there's I guess I just love the smell of it,
Yeah.
It reminds me of peach ice cream.
Yeah, it's a good one for sure. Also the Essential Day and Night Cream, a little bit richer, but very high in antioxidants. So that's got the astaxanthin in it. It's one of my favorites.
Nice. Where do you sell your products? Is it mostly online or are you somewhere also in person if people could come to you?
In Arizona, we're at Natural Grocers. And of course, I sell them at my skincare school and at my spa as well.
Ooh, you have a spa, huh?
Yeah, you're going to have to come visit.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So what is your offer for the holidays and how long is it good for?
So our offer is one of our gift sets because I figured that's going to be the best way for people to try the products. So we have a normal combination and a normal to dry set, and that's going to give you 7 different products. It'll give you a cleanser, a toner, a moisturizer, exfoliant, a mask, eye cream, and a lip balm. So that is, the code is GIVE20. So you're getting 20% off of that. I always have an ongoing discount for Chef AJ peeps, and that's Chef AJ 10. And then I also have a limited supply of these little eco-friendly, it could be a makeup bag or, a toiletry bag where you carry your your products in. And it's vegan, of course. And that if you spend $200 or more, you get that free. It's a gift with purchase.
Very fancy. How long have you been vegan and why?
Oh gosh, I think it's hard to remember now, but I think it's been about 10 years. Time just kind of flies. But I was vegetarian for the majority of my life. And then I went to a lecture where I saw a lot of great speakers, Rich Roll, that our friend Cheryl Greenberg had put together. And it just, it convinced me after the lecture. I didn't even go out for my last cheese pizza or anything. And I find it so much, more rewarding to be a vegan than to be just vegetarian. I think there's so many great options that we have now. And you get more creative too.
How long has it been now?
About 10 years, sorry.
Great. That's it.
Yeah.
Do you think what we eat and our skin health has anything to do with each other?
Definitely. What you eat is going to, your skin is your largest organ. So if you're putting healthy ingredients inside, you're going to get healthy ingredients on the outside, or healthy looking skin rather.
Yep. Stephanie says, do you plan to expand into more natural grocer locations or maybe even Sprouts or Whole Foods?
Yeah, Stephanie, I would love to. I've been very busy with my aesthetic school. We're expanding into a massage program in advanced aesthetics, but as I'm able to step away from that a little bit more, then I would look into expanding, and certainly you could go to your natural grocers and let them know, and maybe if they're hearing it from more people, that you'd be interested in my products, that perhaps they would consider carrying them.
You just need to get like one major celebrity to use them, and then everybody will buy them.
Well, you're my one major celebrity.
Don't crack me up like that. People keep asking this, and I know you've heard this before, but have you ever thought of producing a makeup line?
I would love to, and I actually have a friend in town who he's got a mushroom line of extracts, and he was talking about how mushrooms have different pigments in them, and so perhaps one day we'll collaborate, but I've got too many things on my list right now, but definitely in the future.
Oh, wow. You got Sherry says she uses your products. Yvonne said, just jumped on. What's the name of the skincare? It's called Kaelen Harwell, because that's your name. And I mentioned that my favorite is called Soft as a Peach Cream. And is there like a best practices, because I would go crazy if I had to like do things twice a day. I'm a once a day kind of person. Like,
yeah,
I can't do it. You got to like, just like really simplify it for me. Like I'll take a shower and then I'll do it. But like, if I got to then do it in the morning, do it at night, like what's a skincare or best practices for not dummies, but for lazy people?
Well, I think, everyone has their, like you said, some people want to go all in and do a lot of different things at home. And you can certainly do that with my line because it's customizable. So you can add some of the toners to the mask, and you're basically coming up with your own concoction. But if you're if you want a very simple routine, and I know you said toners aren't your thing, but I really do believe in toners. I think they're like the second step of cleansing. So to cleanse and to tone, and then, moisturize, and maybe exfoliate once a week. Sorry, my dog is here wanting to play.
Oh, that's okay. You can bring your dog on. Why do you think toners are important? I mean, toners, that's the thing you spray on, right?
Yes. Yeah, you can spray. You can also apply it to cotton and a cotton round, and then wet it, and then put your toner right on top of that. That way, all of your product isn't getting absorbed into the cotton round. So, and I'm happy to talk to anybody, I'll give them a complimentary 10-minute Zoom consult. I did this before. So if anybody wants to email me, they can email me and we can go over what would work best with their skin.
Well, that's great, because then you can actually see it. V says, do you have to refrigerate your product?
So there are a couple items that I do recommend refrigerating. that is the hydrating rooibos, and that is just because there's no synthetic binders, that sometimes it will get a little thin, especially in the summertime. The eye cream is also another one that's nice, and that just feels really good, you know, when it comes out of the refrigerator going on your eyes. And then there's a cooling, calming follicle serum that you can use. A lot of men like to use that after shaving, or after waxing. It's very soothing, and helps the follicles to calm down. So those three are the ones that I do recommend. If you don't refrigerate it, it's not, you know, necessarily not going to work. It's just, it might get a little thinner or separate. So you'd have to shake it up.
Thanks. People are saying, is there a code or is there a link? So what should I tell them?
So the gift 20 is the compliment, or the 20% off the gift set. So there's the normal to dry or the normal to oily. I always have an ongoing discount throughout the year, Chef AJ, and that's all caps on both of those, Chef AJ 10 for a 10% discount. If you order over $200 or more, you'll get that complimentary bag, the little gift bag here, vegan bag. So there's no code for that. I'll just know. And that is a limited supply of those. So when we run out, we run out. But the first, you know, people that enter or purchase that much will get the bag.
Okay, gift 20. I'll put that. It's in the show notes, but not everybody looks at the show notes. You have to find them on YouTube, and they're underneath the description of the video. So here is a question. Colleen says, is the soft as a peach, is it a cleanser or a moisturizer?
So there's a trio with the peach. There is a peachy clean cleanser. So that's a cleanser, creamy cleanser. And then there is a toner that's called Juicy Fruits that has peach and mandarin. And then the soft as a peach is a moisturizer.
Yeah. So you're asking the Facebook viewers, you're asking about links. Unfortunately, when you watch on Facebook, you can't see the show notes. You can't see the chat, which is why I recommend, since this is a YouTube show, you hop on over to YouTube and you can see everything that we're talking about. Okay, let's see. What products do you recommend for healthy aging skin? Asks Jane.
Well, I think it's important to exfoliate because, you know, as we age, the desquamation process slows down. So that's, you know, the shedding of the skin cells. So we need to kind of help that process along. So there's different exfoliations that you can do. I like to use an enzyme. So when I'm making the products, I actually use a Vitamix, but now I might have to try the Nutra. That looks really cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I will blend up some of the fruits, whether it be the strawberry and lemons, or if I'm using the pineapple and papaya, and then I put them in a dehydrator at 115 degrees. So I don't want to go above that because if I'm going too high, it's going to break down the natural enzymes. So that is a little bit more of a process, though. I do have another exfoliant that you don't have to mix. So those two ones that I just mentioned, those are dry powders, and you can mix green tea, you could mix water, you can mix any of my toners, and then you're mixing it into a little to a paste and just applying it real thin all over your skin. And I like to just hop in the shower, and then that way the steam of the shower activates those enzymes, as well as it just makes it really easy to rinse off in the shower. But if you don't want to have that step, I do have a chai rooibos exfoliator that has little granules in it. It's little jojoba beads, and different than a lot of commercial skincares that use those. Well, I think they're banned now, but they were the micro beads that were made out of plastic. So this is jojoba, and they're just like little granules, and you would just, apply in small circles and then rinse off with water. So exfoliating is really important. And then what you put on afterwards is important as well. Because once you get all that dead skin cells off, then you want to, replenish it. So I have some different serums. I really like my spring summer serum, which only has a few ingredients. Rosehip seed oil is the main ingredient. And that is really good for wrinkles, and it has a really nice aroma. So it kind of reminds you of the spring or summer, but you can use it all year round. You can also put that serum in with your enzymes. So you can really customize it. You can get as complex with it as you want. You don't have to get super complex, but if you want to have a full little facial spa day at your house, you can do that.
Thanks. There's a question. Do you have any products that treat keratosis plans?
Keratosis pilaris.
Pilaris, sorry.
There are some treatments that will do that, but products, it's a little bit more of a mechanical thing that you would want to do. So come see me at the spa and we will set you up.
Thanks. And got time for one more question. Then we have two more wonderful businesses. How did you learn to make your products? Ask Deborah.
Great question, Deborah. Well, I am an esthetician and I'm an aesthetics instructor as well. But for the products, I really just, I'm not a chemist, but I just really looked at different ingredients and what was I trying to achieve. So I have a sunscreen, for example. And so I started researching the different ingredients and found out that red raspberry seed oil has a natural SPF between 30 and 60. So I put that as my first ingredient. And then I put a lot of other oils that have a natural SPF in there as well. So it's really been just kind of I experiment. I do a lot of experiments, and then I try it on myself, and then I give it to friends and staff and get their feedback. So that's how it began.
Okay, well, great. Well, thank you so much, Kaelen.
Thank you so much.
I hope you had happy holidays. Any new products on the horizon?
Yes. I have some jelly masks. I was hoping to have them for the holidays, but I'm still working on the packaging. I believe I sent you one. If you have any questions on how to use it, we have these masks that we use at the spa, and they're very thick algae masks. And so it's a little more challenging to do at home. So these jelly masks are really wonderful because you can do them at home. You just mix it water with it. It's like a single application. And then you put it on your skin. You can use like a spatula to apply it all over your skin and leave it on for about 20 minutes. And then it peels off, usually like in one piece.
Well, maybe we could do a live together and you can talk me through it and I can put it on.
That'd be fun.
All right. Well, thanks, Kaelen. Happy holidays.
So much. Happy holidays.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Caroline, are you here? I see you, but I don't see you. We have actually three more businesses. So Carrie, I know you're in the broadcast studio. So if you're after Caroline, if she doesn't show up, are you here, Caroline?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you. I can hear everybody, but nobody seems to have their camera turned on today.
Or oh my gosh, we're having to go through so many. We're working on it. Patty is at the other end.
Now you're sideways.
Oh,
my
sideways.
Gosh, it's showing sorry, Chef AJ. We have to point it that way.
Okay. We're gonna have to flip it over. Just 1 second, Chef AJ.
All right. Well, I'll talk a little bit about your product while you're doing that. So what we have here is we have WellBean guys, and they make nuggets.
Yes.
And they make bars. You're wearing a special, and I'm showing the bars that they make, and I'll have you talk about your product and your special.
Okay, we are. Sorry, AJ. We've been here for almost an hour playing with this and messing with it, and it didn't happen this way when we were setting it up. But anyway. Okay, good. Patty's gonna fix everything, and I'll start talking.
Okay.
So of course we're WellBean, and we make snack bars out of beans, fruit, nuts, and seeds. And we use 6 different kinds of beans. Black beans, for instance, navy beans, yellow peas. Actually, we don't use. Wait, no, yeah, we do use yellow peas. I've got some green peas here, but we don't use those anymore. We use garbanzo beans and pinto beans. But and we have 5 flavors of bars. For instance, we have peanut butter crunch. That is one of the favorites. It's made with yellow peas. And now our gateway bar, it's been called our gateway bar because it's so delicious. It's called almond fudge brownie. It's made with mostly black beans, also some yellow peas. And while I'm blathering on about our bars, I wanted to talk a little bit about why beans. Why did we want to make a bar with beans? Of course, there's so much information about beans, and hardly anybody, only a small contingency of people disagree with beans, and they're mistaken about that, because beans are the food that's most associated with longevity. Like all the blue zone areas around the world eat beans, eat some kind of legume as a basis of their diet. And people who eat beans live longer in general, unless, of course, you have some kind of weird issue with beans, and occasionally people do. I know you do, AJ. Also, let me talk about another one of our bars. Patty, let's bring Patty in. From behind our
Hi, Patty. Hi.
Our filming expert here.
Oh yeah, that really showed today. I really shined on that.
Okay, we really have been working on this. We also have a couple of bars that are just made with seeds, because there's a lot of people with nut allergies. So our lemon poppy seed is actually made with tahini. And it's amazing because you would never know there's tahini, because the lemon really, has a great flavor. And then we have sunflower fig bar, which is my favorite bar after the almond fudge brownie, made with sunflower butter.
That's because she adds chocolate on top of
yeah.
it and
Sometimes
microwaves it for just a few moments.
Yes,
and turns it into like this decadent treat. So
that's right. If you take this bar and you just put it in the microwave for like 11 seconds, and then take some 100% cacao chips and press them in, and they melt. Oh, so yummy! It's like a decadent dessert.
Yes, so they can be transformed even further.
Yes, they can be further transformed. Also, diabetes. Beans are known for the second meal effect, which means that the meal you eat after you eat beans has a lower glycemic index. I mean, it's amazing. It's like the opposite of so many other bad foods out there, like no calorie sweeteners, for instance, which have the opposite effect. But when you eat the next meal, your glycemic index is raised, even though you thought, well, I just had, aspartame with no calories, or even monk fruit or stevia, so that should be okay. But it turns out it's not too healthy. We're going for whole foods here. Those are the ones that look good in the nutritional research. What else have we got here? We have a chocolate chip walnut, which is made with navy beans. Navy beans are super high in fiber, and of course walnuts are a superfood. And heart disease. Let's talk briefly about heart disease. Actually, that's one reason Patty was interested in eating more beans for all the years I was trying to hammer it into her head, because her cholesterol was inching up. And that's what the literature shows, is that when you eat beans, it lowers all those heart disease parameters. It lowers your blood pressure. It actually lowers your resting heart rate. Did you know that eating beans every day, even if you're not exercising, don't take any. That doesn't mean you can't exercise. I should keep my mouth shut.
Keeps an eye on me.
That's right. But so it actually lowers your resting heart rate when you eat beans. And then if you add exercise on top of that, that's even better. But there's so many ways that beans are beneficial for us. So that's why we made a bar with beans, so that we can help people eat more beans.
Yes, she stressed that so much that I went in search of ways to incorporate beans in my diet. And I kept looking, of course there's the obvious, the beans, right? And I love beans, but I'm kind of in a hurry and on the way to work, and needed something quick. And this really was like my search for a bean bar, because, I need something to carry quickly with me and not have to have it refrigerated or something like that. And I really did do a thorough search, and didn't find really much. There's a lot of, like kind of the dried chickpeas and things coming out, which is great. But I wanted something more substantial. And she's always concocting things. So I put her to the task of, we need to come up with a bean bar. So that has been really helping me along this journey a lot in transforming my diet and hopefully for the long term, my health.
Yes.
So that's thank you.
So today we have a deal for y'all, which involves we also have nuggets. We don't just have the bars, we have these little nugget squares. So our bars is, the bar is 1 serving, whereas the nugget pouch is actually 3 servings. So the deal we want to offer y'all is if you buy 1 10-pack of bars, then we'll throw in a free pouch of our seasonal nugget, which is the bomb. People love this. I mean, people were ordering like 8 and 10 of these pouches because they love it so much, but it's only good for the holidays. It's called pumpkin seed chai.
Yeah, each quarter we come up. So we have 4 nuggets that we make all the time. They're always in stock, but each quarter we shift to a new flavor. So right now it's the pumpkin seed chai, and people are definitely loving it.
Yes.
And so we thought we'd put that into the offer. And I think you mentioned, but we'll get a little more into the detail on that. We wanted to show you.
Oh yeah, I want to show
you
you
a little fun way. As we mentioned, there's ways to transform just a quick snack to, kind of extend that into sharing with others. And especially with the holidays right now, what do you bring? And we thought it would be fun to show like, just bringing a snack bar doesn't sound all that good, but Caroline has a little nifty
it's my gun
idea.
This is the only kind of gun
That's right.
we allow in my house. An AR frosting froster.
Yes.
And this frosting is is made from, I was hoping it'd be stiffer so it would be prettier, but anyway, it's made from cashews and dates, basically. It's a little vanilla powder and some kind of nut milk that I made at home.
Yeah, she's always concocting something
new. I do like to concoct.
But they're all whole foods that she incorporates into all sorts of yumminess. So anyways, we thought it would be kind of fun. Like if you wanted to share a little something. I probably like the whipped cream.
Yes.
But anyways, can you imagine just having these on a little tray or something for the holidays? Pumpkin seed chai with some cashew yumminess on top there. So
yeah, that looks like so much fun. There's a question from Stephanie. Will your product cause any flatulence after consuming?
I can speak to that. So
it's also good for your plumbing. Yeah, we got to talk about that.
Well, so the thing is when I first started eating these bars, these have a half a serving of beans, but Caroline, being who she is, she wanted to cram a whole serving of beans into a bar. So, and they were so tasty that I ate them, and I was not, my fiber intake at the time was not super high, I would guess. And so I definitely experienced some issues, some cramping and a little bloating. And what she was telling me is that if you don't have a high fiber diet, you kind of have to eat anything you would incorporate, broccoli or other high fiber, vegetables. You would have to kind of build your way up. Otherwise, you could end up with some discomfort because of the extra fiber. So I did have some problems there, but I have to admit now it's under control. I've increased my fiber intake significantly. Not only with our bars, but other, whole food vegetables and just beans in general. So yeah, if you're sensitive and you have to kind of maybe take it, a little bit at a time and see how that works out for you.
Yes.
But, and that's where these little squares are awesome, because you can just have a third of a serving and they're so satisfying. I really love these things for when I go to work and I'm, just need a little something to tide me over and to avoid the terrible things terrible things that show up in the kitchen, the community kitchen there. So anyways, I hope that thoroughly answered your question on the flatulence.
Yes.
Deborah wants to know, do you only sell online, or are your products available in any stores?
We mostly sell online. If you live in San Luis Obispo County, where we live, then there's a few places around the county where you can get WellBean, but otherwise, you just get us online.
Thank you. And there's another question. Will you ever make a savory flavor?
We actually started out with two savory ones.
Fiesta Chipotle and falafel.
And a falafel using garbanzo beans and all those yummy spices. And we actually hope to get back to that at some point. Right now we have 9 flavors, and just, keeping up with production on that is quite a bit. And it's great to know there's people. I think that was one of our hurdles, like, oh, well, people really like this because it still has, the dates is still the base of it, because we don't want to use syrups and oils and things like that. So it's still a date base, or plums. We use plums, so they're not quite as sweet. So yeah, we'd hope to get back to, maybe we'll experiment and do that as a one-time thing and kind of get it out there. So that's good to know. People are looking for a savory bar.
Great, thank you. So tell us again what the offer is and how long is it good for?
Yes, so it's good through, did we say
Cyber Monday?
Cyber Monday? It's good through Monday. If you buy a 10-pack of bars, you get a free pouch of pumpkin seed chai nuggets, and I don't think you'll regret that.
And this is a $10 value.
Yep.
So and with the 10-pack, you can either get a variety pack or one of a particular flavor. And the pumpkin seed chai is a bonus.
Yes, a bonus. And there's a coupon code. And the best way to do it is to scroll down into the show notes and click on the link, because what you need to do is you need to first add a pouch. Make sure you add a pouch of pumpkin seed chai to your cart. Excuse me. And then add a 10-pack to your cart. And then when you check out, you're going to use the coupon code, which is Chef AJ Chai. So
yeah, Chef AJ Chai.
Oh, nice.
Y'all got that?
I love it. Do we have an ongoing thing? I don't even know with my code or anything like that.
Yes,
we have another. Yeah, anyone can use your just Chef AJ is also. I believe it's I
think that's for $5 off a variety pack. So if you're not interested in the pumpkin seed chai, but you'd like to save $5 on a variety pack, you can use just the code Chef AJ. Yeah. But if you want,
that's an ongoing offer.
Yes, that's an ongoing thing. But just for
that's for 10% if they use AJ.
Actually, that's for $5 off a variety pack.
Nice, yep. Thank you.
Yep,
okay, perfect. Well, guys, thank you so much, and happy holidays.
Yes, thank you.
Happy holidays. Thanks for having us again.
Yes.
And we love with everybody's saying you guys are a hoot together. And Caroline, I love your hat.
Oh yeah, thank you. It's cool, huh?
She looks good in that color.
No, it's a great color. You should sell those hats. They look warm and cozy.
Oh really? Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Order a whole box full of orange beanies, and I said, no.
Would y'all buy this if it was embroidered on there? Yeah, I want to know in the comments.
I think the hat's adorable.
Even if it's orange, because it's a soft orange.
I think it's. I love it. I mean, it matches your product. So
it really does. Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, WellBean ladies.
All right.
Happy
holidays, everyone.
And happy holidays.
Okay,
all right. Take care. We are down to our last small business. She has not been on Small Business Sunday before, so this is her first time on Small Business Saturday. She's been on my show once, and I really would recommend you watch that episode, because what she did was make amazing food with this product. This is one of the greatest creations finds of the century. If you are struggling to eat more vegetables, if you're struggling to get your kids to eat more vegetables, this is the coolest thing. It is called Vegify. Right now it comes in 4 flavors. It comes in cauliflower. It can only hold a few up. Okay, you got to go away, Caroline.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, your time is over. Thank you so much. Okay, no offense, but we got on to the next one. Okay, so we have beet orange carrot, which is carrot turmeric, and we have purple carrot. Everything tastes better in purple. So I have not really made a lot of recipe videos with this. I will, because I've been playing with it. There's so many things you can do with this. You can use it as breading, but there's no flour in it because it's basically vegetables. It's amazing. So please welcome the founder of Eat Vegify, Kari Wertelman. Hi, Kari. How are you?
I'm great, Chef AJ. How are you?
Good. Well, this is such a fun product, and I'm so happy to have you on, and you're offering such a generous discount for a few days of 20% off to the viewers. I hope they'll try it. It's just so fun. It's like sprinkles, but vegetables.
Yes, it's a super important pillar of our brand is being fun and inventive. We love how colorful all 4 of our varieties are, and we just want to create this product that's fun and versatile that suits everyone's needs.
Well, it suits my needs, and I've been using it like as a breading. It's like because I don't like to use flour, and
Yep.
So it's been wonderful just to bread things and put them in the air fryer.
Yeah. I think on our last show in August, you asked me an important question about like what is the best way to use Vegify, and the Vegify was developed to be a breadcrumb or panko substitute. So its best application is as a breading or coating. And for all you vegan cooks out there, and chefs, it's really hard to get a crunchy coating and that crunchy texture without using oil. And Vegify really fills that void for you guys. And so it's great as a coating on tofu. In the last show, I made some crispy zucchini coins and used Vegify as a coating. And so there's some really fun, creative ways to use it. And then another super important use for Vegify, using it as a binding agent. So using it as a binding agent in like your plant-based burger is a great application for it, as well as just a salad topping or for just to add crunch to your salad without using an unhealthy crouton and things like that.
Yep. Susanna's saying we love to use it as a topping on our Buddha bowls.
Oh, great. Yes. That I would say that's probably my husband's favorite application too. He puts it on his bowls, his rice bowls, any kind of stir fry, all of that, just to add an additional source of nutrients and that crunch.
Wow, that is so cool. How long have you guys been in business?
So we launched in July of 2020 on Amazon and on our Shopify website. We're still just available online on e-commerce, and kind of that's been our focus as we've been expanding our product line with different varieties and kind of getting a feel for what consumers like best to kind of make that push into retail. But if anybody out there has any retail distribution partners, hit me up. I'd be happy to talk to you.
I don't know if you've been watching the show, but Colleen from I Love Date Lady is now in Walmart. So
I know I need her contacts. That would
maybe
be.
You can ask her how she did that.
Yeah, especially with what she mentioned about Walmart making a push to add more natural, healthy products to their portfolio. I think that Vegify would be, our target market is moms, especially. So I think that would be a great fit.
That is amazing. Susanna says, are you coming up with any new flavors?
Yes, we don't have a timeline now, but we do have kale in the pipeline and spinach to get a green flavor up here, green variety.
A green one. That's true. That would round out your color palette. Wouldn't it be nice to have one every color in the rainbow?
Yes, it would. It absolutely would. Yep.
That is
our if folks aren't super familiar with Vegify from our first show, we have super clean ingredients, no oil or salt in them, so they're super versatile and very mild in flavor. So they you can add them to any meal or dish, and they don't have an overpowering flavor of cauliflower or potato or beet, and which gives it a lot of versatility in its use. So in our cauliflower, it's just cauliflower and potato. In our orange carrot turmeric, it's carrot, potato, and turmeric. You got beet and potato in this one, and purple carrot and potato. And there was a serving of vegetables is equivalent to 1/4 of cup of Vegify. And it's gluten-free, vegan, and kosher as well.
Nice. Well, you're hitting all my favorite marks.
Awesome.
So somebody's saying coat cauliflower for cauliflower wings.
Yes, I have made cauliflower buffalo wings in an oven in the air fryer, and they're lovely. It adds that crunchy, crispy texture that you're looking for in some sort of like faux wing format.
Yeah. Have you gone to any like the food shows like Expo West or?
I have not, but we are planning now to have our first booth at Expo West in 2023. So I believe it starts on March 7th.
It's always in March. Nice. Someone's saying this would be great on Air Pop popcorn. And Sherry says, any plans for an organic line?
Yeah, that will be a few years out, making sure that we have a consistent organic supply chain of our vegetables is the biggest hurdle there. But there's plans being made to put in a supply chain to be able to launch an organic line.
That's great. Do you guys have any questions for? Oh, here. Okay. Stephanie says, what potato do you use? I have sensitivity to nightshades, and so some vegetables are off limits for me.
Sure. So these are dehydrated, and we use a potato flake. So it's just a portion of the potato in our crumbles. And the potato a lot of people ask, well, why potato? And the potato gives us that crunchy, crispy texture. If you've ever dehydrated a carrot or a beet before, it can get really chewy and it doesn't get very crispy. And the potato really helps give us that nice texture that we're looking for.
Great, thank you. How is the product made?
It is made by dehydration, and we use heat in that process.
Nice.
So another question I get frequently is if a lot of the nutrients are lost in the dehydration process, and the answer is some definitely. Some of the nutrients are lost in the water that's removed, but because of the sheer volume of vegetable that we need to yield, 1 bottle of beet Vegify, it makes up for that, the lost nutrients. And so we vetted it out with certified lab and a law firm to making sure that all of our nutrition claims are accurate and honest.
Cool. Let's see if there's any other questions. This is just such a fun product. That's what I like about it,
Yeah,
and it's fun. There's a recipe that I make all the time, and I call them party poppers. I just need to shoot it, and then I think people will get them because I make it all the time for company. It's like perfect. Well, this is great. So tell us what the offer is and how good is it for, or how long is it for?
So we are offering today a 20% discount. If you follow the link on the show notes, and I'm sure Chef AJ will post it in the feed too, but follow that link to our website, eatvegify.com, but make sure to follow that link. And then as you're checking out, just add items to your cart. And as you're checking out, there will be a box that asks for a discount code or promo code. I think it's called discount code. And add Chef AJ as the code for 20% off. That is good until 11:59 on Monday, the 28th. But that code is going to be good going forward, post or after Monday, for 10% off for Chef AJ viewers as an ongoing code.
Thank you. That's great. Susanna says she also loves your packaging. It's very appealing to the eye, and she just leaves these on the table as a condiment. That's a great idea. And she has 8 children.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's why we put it at these shakers, so that you put it on your counter, your table, so that your kids and your family members just want to add vegetables to anything they're eating, a salad, their pasta, their casserole, anything like that.
Yeah. Do you use it every day at every meal?
I try. I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and so I do make a lot of mac and cheese and using like meatloaf or meatballs, things like that. And so I use it in almost every recipe that I cook at home for them. And they just love it to sprinkle it on top of their mac and cheese or their eggs or anything like that they eat.
So which ones are the most popular? Because I love all of them, but this one's my least favorite, but that doesn't mean I don't like it. It's just, I don't know, purple and red, yum.
Yeah,
and cauliflower. This one is so neutral. You can use this for everything.
Exactly. Yeah. So, prior to our show with you in August, the orange carrot was our best seller, but now purple carrot is our best seller.
Yes, good. Purple for the win. Yes,
purple
people,
for the win.
thank you.
Absolutely. Yep. So it has passed all of them as the winner. So we hope to keep that going.
Well, everything tastes better in purple. So thank you. Well, I hope you guys will try it now at this tremendous discount because it's just fun. It's delicious and it's just veggies.
Just veggies. Yeah. It's the easy way to add veggies to your day. And follow us on
that.
Instagram.
Vegify. It's a great Vegify. That hopefully that'll be like in the vernacular soon when people say, hey, what are we going to do for dinner? I don't know, but we got a Vegify.
Yeah, we got to Vegify it. Yep.
Vegify it. Well, I wish you every success because I love your product. And I, like I said at the beginning of the show, I only feature products that I love and use or somebody in my family does.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for the opportunity.
My pleasure. Thank you so much, Kari. So guys, what do you think of all the great products so far? We have one more, and that is the Holland Bowl. They have a special now until, it's going to be in the show notes. I just got a new piece. Look at this one. It's so pretty. I keep my and they personalize. It's a lifetime guarantee. I keep my remote controls in this one. There's just so many things to show. But while it's at a 15% off discount, this would be a good time to get wedding gifts and birthday gifts. This is either you can use this as a cutting board or a presentation board or charcuterie board. Mine says, if you're not hungry enough to eat vegetables, you're not hungry. Their pieces are very, very beautiful. If you take care of them, they will last. Yeah, the bowl is so pretty. So let me put on Holland Bowl Mill. I have a short video because he could not be here, but he wanted to tell you about the special. We do have an ongoing special with them that if you spend $140, you get a free $20 mezzaluna knife. That's the thing that we use to chop our salads. But you can still use the 15% off discount right now, as long as your order equals at least $140. So let me get you that video. Hold on. I'm not a screen sharer. Okay, hold on. This is so hard. There we go. So let's see if this does it. If I share, hopefully you can see this. Turn this on. And boom. Oops.
For us over at Holland Bowl Mill.
Hey, Chef AJ, happy Thanksgiving. Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be part of Small Business Sunday. And we do have a awesome special that we would love to let your followers know about. So we're going to have 15% off our entire website for through Cyber Monday, starting on Black Friday. So they'll get 15% off all items. And then we still will be running the normal special we run through Chef AJ. That's going to be a free mezzaluna knife if your order is $140 or more. And just so everyone's kind of aware, the discount, the free knife will be before the discount. So if you buy an item that's $140, you're going to still get that free knife. And then also the discount will be taken off of that. I can show you guys a couple of our best sellers that have been doing really well and then kind of go over a brief history of the company. So one of the best sellers that we have is our chopping bowl sets that a lot of Chef AJ's followers already use. So that will include, this is, for example, a 12-inch maple bowl that equates to serving about 4 to 5 side salads or a large chopped salad. Our best-selling chopping bowl would be the 15-inch, which will chop about a pound of salad. You'll see different wood types. We work with all hardwoods. beech, cherry, maple, red oak. There's not one that really is better than the other. It really just comes down to aesthetics and kind of look you're drawn to. All of our bowls come with a lifetime guarantee. They'll stand the test of time, can kind of be a heirloom piece that you can cherish, for a lifetime. The chopping bowls do come with that mezzaluna knife, which I mentioned about earlier. Again, if your order is $140 or more, before that discount, you will automatically get this knife for free. On our website, you'll see a chopping bowl category. Those are going to include the knives. There's no difference between the bowls in the chopping bowl category and the other bowls that you see in the other categories. You would want to order just the bowl if it's going to be 140 or more, since you're getting that knife for free. If your order is going to be under $140, then you would order in the chopping bowl category, so the knife is included.
Makes sense. So if I hear you correctly, as long as their order is 140, they can still apply the discount, but then still get the chopping knife for free.
Exactly. And there's always a little confusion on the chopping bowl in that category being different than the others. But again, I want to reiterate, all of our bowls are made exactly the same. Only difference in the chopping bowl category, there's a knife included. You guys are potentially going to get that knife for free, so you would order just the bowl.
And I assume if somebody really couldn't figure it out, they could call you.
Exactly. They definitely can. We're always available. And another fun feature is the free engraving. We do that on most of our products, which can be added right on the website.
Guys, this is such a fun thing, especially for I love this for wedding gifts, because you can put whatever you want on it. So this one I was not very creative on, but I have some of them that say, grow up and eat your damn vegetables. Yeah. And since 1977, this is one of my favorite bowls. This is the
tis the season. We're doing a ton with the recipient's name, Christmas 2022. And if you order through this special, we guarantee Christmas delivery. That's for free shipping. So don't worry about it not arriving. It will arrive by Christmas if you order through this special, which was going to last through Cyber Monday.
Is it like midnight Pacific? Could you tell us? Because a lot of people seem to wait for the last minute.
Midnight Pacific time.
Nice.
Yep, 3 a.m. Eastern time. They'll be running through that Monday. And then again, we guarantee Christmas delivery, but we expect to be very, very busy. So it will arrive before Christmas. We just can't give you exact dates. Another one of our very popular products are cutting presentation boards. This is an example of a cherry board. Really cool thing about ours are that they're reversible. So you can exclusively cut on one side, and then say you're having some friends over and you want to do like a charcuterie serving board, you can flip it around and serve on the other. A lot of boards are going to have what's called feet on them, so it kind of takes away from their reversibility aspect. For mine at home, I exclusively cut on one side and then the other exclusively serve off of. This is an example of a 17-inch length board, 8 inches wide. We'll have smaller boards all the way up to very large boards. We did just release our new cherry wooden plates. This is an example of our 12-inch plate. This is amazing for everyday dinner plate. They wash up easily, they last really well. People also use these as chargers. As you go on our website, you'll see about 20 different style utensils we made, from utensil serving sets to skimmers to ladles to spreaders, and then a lot of the different bowls. Again, the free engraving can be added right at once you click on each listing, and then 15% will be through Cyber Monday. A couple kind of fun facts about Holland Bowl Mill is we've been family owned since 1906. I'm actually a 4th generation owner, and then my dad is still part of the company too, which is a lot of fun. We make on a given week typically around 800 to 1,000 bowls, and our products are carried in around 350 stores. Everything is made right on site here in Holland, Michigan. We're a zero waste company, so we start with large trees, and not one part of that tree ends up in a landfill. Anything that can't be made into the bowls is made into the cutting boards, wooden plates, utensils, trees. We're always trying to come up with different ways to utilize all of our wood. We have a large conveyor system that runs through our mill, and all the shavings get funneled through that, and that goes outside to a trailer. We donate that to local horse farms. Anything that we can't use is sold for firewood. So sustainability is very, very important to us, and we make sure all of our business decisions are based on sustainability. So I hope everyone will visit our website for this special, and we look forward to continuing working with Chef AJ. Thanks again for having me.
Oh, thank you so much, Corey. And if people want even more information from you, I can link to the video that we did before where you just talk about all the different products.
And one more thing I do want to mention is we want to make sure when you are ordering, you're ordering through Chef AJ's link, which Chef AJ will be providing in the show notes, but it is www.Holland, HOLLAND, bowl, BOWL, mill, MILL.com/Chef AJ. That's going to bring you to a specific landing page where you'll see Chef AJ's picture. It'll also actually talk about the Mezzaluna knife special, so you can kind of relook at those notes. And then from there, you go onto our website, you'll see that 15% discount, and then you can start shopping, hopefully for some holiday items.
Right, we make sure to give the link because that's how you get the free Mezzaluna. So you will love these bowls. They are great gifts, and they have a lifetime guarantee too, don't they?
They do. That's kind of the fun thing about it is it's a unique kind of heirloom piece. It's not that typical, registry gift. It's something that they can really cherish, and then that engraving aspect kind of puts it over the top.
Yeah, I love your products. Thank you so much, and happy holidays to you and your family.
You too. Thank you.
Take care, everyone. Hey.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's show. We had to break it into 2 shows because so many wonderful vegan products continue to be created. So please come back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time for Small Business Sunday. We have 6 more vegan businesses, incredible savings for you. I hope you all had a very happy Thanksgiving and are enjoying your holiday weekend. I do have a bonus show today with a cooking demo, or I think she might be raw, so it might be an uncooking demo at noon with Edith Agustin, because we're still doing the plant-based bundle for a couple of days. That's our Black Friday special. Boy, $8,600 worth of product for $50. Can't do much better than that. And, I don't know if you guys follow me on Facebook. I like YouTube so much better, but I posted that the Breville is on sale for like $300. I get nothing from Breville. They don't even take my calls or my emails. I just think they make unparalleled products. I have their food processor. I have their oven. I bought 2 of them as gifts. It's a ridiculous low price. So if you've ever been in the market for a Breville, this would be the time to get it. It is so much better than even your own oven. And I get nothing for saying that. I just think the Breville is amazing. So if you're watching Breville, I've been promoting you for a long time. So why don't you give me something? But on Facebook, I had to block all these people. They were accusing me of like making money from that, just to post that it was on special. My goodness. Anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure. And I hope you'll try some of these products. And if you do, that you'll enjoy that. Oh, thank you. The short truck suit today. Yes, it's one of those hat weeks. And tomorrow there'll be another hat. So take care, guys, and hope to see you in a few hours for a bonus show. And tomorrow for Small Business Sunday, well, we'll be having some of your favorites back, like Nick from Local Spicery and Thomas from California Balsamic, Laura Ann from Laura Ann's Jam, Tracy from Tracy's Real Food, Mallory from Plants Only. Oh, you're going to love their stuff. And my sister-in-law, Elaine from Elaine's Bakery. So please come back tomorrow. Take care.